Yeah, Philly Rob. Yeah, it's me. It's me calling for you right now. What the fuck are you doing, man? I mean, Jesus Christ, that ringing right there. Yeah, that was me a second ago. I'm calling down to the bullpen saying make a change because, oh my God, between Whit Merrifield and Philly Rob out there today in their dumb ass fucking, I don't even know what to call these sunglasses. I've pit vipers. That's it. They're sleeping. They're hungover. Alec Bohm looked terrible. And I am 100% not one of those fans that's like, hey, let's hit the panic button already. It's fucking baseball. Come on. You guys know I hardly care about this sport. Point being, you guys know I'm the Eagles guy. Not saying I'm not a Phillies fan. Point being, it's time to hit the panic button. This team just looked lackadaisical out there, asleep. Not good as a whole. But what's up, guys? My name is Dalton. I am on the Phillies postgame show for 302 Birds with our two awesome co-hosts, Brendan and Shard. What a game.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fucking atrocious. I'm not on the panic button yet, but what the fuck was that? From Whit,
Let it all out, man. Let it all out.
Dude, like, what the fuck are we talking about? We haven't lost 2 games out here in over a month. Then you have Whit Merrifield can't catch a ball. Alec Bohm can't catch a ball. Castellanos is swinging at pitches in the other batter's box. Harper's getting pissed at fucking nothing. Like, this was just an all-around shit show. And then you bring it back down to Taijuan Walker, who can't throw a ball for his fucking life. Rob Thompson throws out a shitty-ass lineup without Marsh or Stott. From the very beginning, hours before the game, it's almost like they were just ready to lose this shit. And it's just like, here we go again.
Yep. Yeah, they looked asleep, hungover, lackadaisical. How would you describe it, Shard?
Dude, send Taijuan to fucking Taiwan. I mean, like, dude is absolutely fucking atrocious. And if there's any game where it proves to Rob that he needs to be sent down, it's this game. I'm looking at my phone now. Like, literally, I have fucking Twitter up right now. Just looking here. Just waiting for the tweet saying that Taijuan Walker after today's game has been DFA'd because he fucking sucks. He's terrible. Like, you can tell in like the second inning when we're gonna lose this game just because of the way he pitches. He fucking sucks. He's so bad, dude.
Just waste the money. Literally, just fucking waste the money. At this point, it's $88 million. You've had him for 2 fucking years or whatever the fuck it is. Just waste the money because that's all this boils down to. You have a guy like Turnbull who's making $2 million a year, and then you have a guy like Walker who's making what? Almost $22 million a year. It's like just waste the fucking money at this point. It was the worst transaction they've had in past years. Just let it happen.
Yeah, I'm with that. You got to bite the bullet and know when in economics at my high school, we learned early, and like I took economics because I didn't want to take all the other classes, like gym, because I'm unathletic. No, I'm kidding. Point being, they taught you a term that I'll never forget in my life, and it's called a sunk cost. And there's just sometimes in life that you got to realize when something's down the shitter, you've done everything you can, and you just got to eat it and move on. That's what a sunk cost is. So if I go to, let's say, a Sixers game in the second quarter, the score is 75-30. I'm like, fuck this. I'm not going to sit here anymore because my opportunity cost is greater going doing something else. Maybe I'll go to live casino and win some money. Maybe I'll go lose some money. But at the moment, my opportunity cost is greater. That's how Walker feels. He is a sunk cost to this team. It is better to just bite the bullet, lose the money, than even have this guy breathing in the facility of this franchise because he's that bad and that detrimental to the team. I'm with you.
He's a fucking tumor. It's what it boils down to. I swear by that. He's the Tobias Harris of the Philadelphia Phillies. He's a tumor to this city. He's up with Odubel Herrera for me at this point.
Wow. Yeah, I get it. He's been frustrating for sure.
It's just, I mean, sorry, I'm trying to get our call in, but he's just fucking terrible. I mean, like I said, if there's a game that proves that he needs to be sent down, then send him down now because, like, you should have never sent Turnbull down. And I think what irritates me the most is, like, you got a guy that's cooking or was cooking before you sent him down, and he's just not being used properly like he should be. So, again, I think you really need to take a step back, look at your starting 5 and say, Walker, you suck. Walker tonight goes let me pull up the graphic here.
Yeah,
so Walker tonight goes 6 innings pitched, 9 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned runs, somehow no home runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and his ERA is an atrocious 5.51 for this game. And for the season, he's sitting at 5.06. So, like, what the absolute fuck, dude? What the
Yeah, and
fuck?
then why would Thompson even leave him in there through 6 innings? Like his shit was shit since like the second.
Yep.
He was absolutely terrible, but we got our call in that finally decided to get his internet working. What's up, Gavin?
Yo, thank you for
What's
having
up,
me
brother?
on, boys. Thank you.
You got anything you want to add to this?
I just think that I hope that all the Phillies fans see now that Taijuan Walker is shit and he's terrible. I think last season made a big point. I mean, it changed my opinion about him last season, and ever since that, I mean, it really hasn't changed. This season just gives more of an opinion about him to me. But yeah, no excuses tonight, really. I mean, it was just terrible. Taiwan was terrible. The 2 errors on Bohm sucked. The one on Merrifield was bad. I mean, he just completely just dropped it. So that happened. But I mean, Schwarber finally hit one, so hopefully that's a good sign. June's coming around, which is really good. JT continues his hitting streak, which is awesome. Good for JT. I'm really surprised about Sosa. Like, I'm like, holy crap, because he's what, third for triples or
He's tied for first.
that? Yeah, well, that's insane. A dude who doesn't get much playing time, he does that. That is absolutely crazy. The one thing though is I just hope Phillies fans don't get too panicky about this because every team, of course, goes through like a little mid slump, you could call it. I mean, every team plays the same team every year. Every team is going to lose against a team that's under 500 that you think you should beat, but it just doesn't happen. But yeah, that's all I really have.
So you're not hitting the panic button, Gavin? You're not scared yet?
No, I'm not. I wouldn't be too scared. It's May. I mean, it's May. I wouldn't be too afraid or concerned yet. I mean, so far they've proven this season that they are legit. So I think they'll be able to turn it around and win some games, especially when Trey comes back. But
So when would be the point that you would start to hit the panic button? If they lose tomorrow, if they lose this series, when Trey comes back, if they don't bounce back, when is that moment for you when you're like, ruh-roh raggy?
yeah, so I would say if we lose this coming series or if we lose when Trey comes back, I think it depends how we lose. I think if we aren't hitting, then I'd be like, okay, this is terrible. I mean, we have superstars on superstars. We have one of the highest payrolls in the MLB. There's no excuse not to hit. If it's pitching, then of course, I mean, by the deadline, we'll probably see some trade for an arm. But I wouldn't, even if that stuff happens, I wouldn't be like, holy crap, we are screwed. Since it is early still. If it was more in, I guess, September or August, then I would start to get more concerned because since playoffs are coming around. But right now, I would just try to stay confident and relaxed. If you look at the standings, the Braves lost today too against the Nationals. So, I mean, it doesn't really change anything how many games we're up, I don't think. But yeah, I wouldn't be too concerned right now.
So then, Gavin, let me ask you this because I heard you, with pitching. Do you think come trade deadline they should make a splash? Because I know Brendan's on the Mason Miller train. Do you think they should make a splash for some kind of pitching or reliever? Or like, where are you at with the whole trade deadline and what kind of move should they make?
Yeah, so I mean, it's always good to have an arm. It's always good to have another arm just in case of injuries, of course, or something does happen with your bullpen or starting rotation. I really do like Mason Miller. I think he's a really good young player. My only concern about him is I hope he doesn't throw his arm out because I'm pretty sure I read somebody that he had surgery recently.
Yeah, he's had one surgery on his arm already.
Yeah, I saw that. So he throws heat, which is, I mean, he's a stud. So I hope he doesn't do anything bad. My only request would be is to not give up any of our top prospects. So no giving up Crawford, no Miller, no any of that. If they want to give up Abel and someone else, I'm okay with it. But don't give up any prospects that could actually give the Phillies a future.
Well, Gavin, let me ask you this. With Crawford, like I'm on the board that letting Crawford go is okay because he's a guy that's going to sit behind Turner and Bohm for the next, 5 to 7 years, maybe even like longer at this point. So if you can get something back and you have a team like this who's really in it to win it right now, do you think it's worth it to just go out there and just, maybe just give up Crawford and Abel? And, I think the last one I saw was Starlin Caba, who's a 17-year-old who you don't even know if he's going to pan out or not. I'm on board to let these guys go because I think this year is a make or break year, because if you don't win this year, I don't see this team coming back for a fourth year in a row. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I 100% agree with you there. If they don't at least go to the World Series, then it's going to be a bust. I mean, there, like I said, there should be no excuses why they don't go that far, because they have all superstars. But I do think that if there is a point by the deadline where they are really desperate, or it doesn't have to be desperate, if they just really need an arm, I would not mind them going for Mason Miller.
Yeah, I think another thing at this point is it might be the point, like, you got to add another bat at this point too. Maybe something in the outfield. I know the Astros are starting to get a little hot, but Kyle Tucker's been on the block that people have been talking about. There's been a couple other guys, but it's time to get Walker out of here. It's time to get somebody new in here, get somebody
100%.
else in the pen, and just go with it.
Yeah, 100%. And the other thing about with their hitting, I think everyone else has to realize the 1 through 9 for them, they're all streaky hitters. There's not really that one dude who is really, really, really consistent. They are all really streaky hitters, and that's just like how they are. And when we basically just got everyone informed that lineup, I mean, the first thing that my dad and I were talking about, we were like, okay, they're all streaky hitters. So once someone slumps, then there's going to be other dude that slumps. Once someone does well, then that dude's going to do well. But I think we also just have to realize that whole lineup is just a streaky hitting. I mean, look at Casty. He's not having a great season, but once he heats up, he heats up. Same thing with Harper. Once Harper's on fire, he's on fire. But once he's cold, he's terrible. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, my thing is, this is something I picked up on today, was, are you using guys like Stott and Marsh to their fullest capabilities, right? Like, I don't think these guys, yeah, right? These guys are not fucking platoon players. Like, they're not guys that should be platooned at all. Stott should be your starting second baseman. Marsh should be your starting left fielder. Whit Merrifield was signed to be an $8 million bench player. Like, what it's just, you're fucking everybody around. You fucked Turnbull over already, and now you're fucking these guys over.
No doubt. Rob's like a nerd, dude. Rob Thompson's like a nerd with his little nerd glasses that's looking at his stat sheet and saying, "Oh, the analytics. Oh,
you remember the last coach?
It's a left-handed pitcher today. I can't make him play."
Yeah, fuck out of here with that, man. Fucking Kapler was the last analytic bullshit out of here.
By my analytics.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so Gavin, we appreciate you coming on. For those of you that don't know, Gavin's been a supporter in our Discord for a while. Asked him to come on just to get his opinion. Gavin's also really big on Twitter right now, so he's been, grinding it out on Twitter. Where can they find you on Twitter, Gavin?
My Twitter it should be at Gavin Sweeney 18.
Giving you a follow right now, brother.
Appreciate you, bro. And once again, thank you guys for allowing me to come on the show. I really do appreciate it.
Thanks for coming. We got to get you back sometime. This is what the show's built for. So we love the call-ins. And if anybody else wants to call in on the show, I know we've had Sam Nelson on here. Dobbins, you have had a lot to say. I freaking love it. I would love to bring you on the show to get you to rant. We've been trying to get, a celebrity ballpark Tommy, but he's been busy doing, fucking Poseidon's taxes or something at the beach. I don't really know, but we will get him on the show. And also Matt should be coming back this week. But seriously, Gavin, thank you for coming on, man. If you want to come back, the door's open anytime. I know these guys would love to have you too.
Appreciate you guys. Have a nice show.
Thanks, brother.
Perfect.
So what the fuck is up with Alec Bohm, dude? Like, was he out partying last night? Was he drinking? Like, is he hungover today? Because what is up with that, dude? Like, he just loved errors today. I swear. There was 3 times where he could have had a straight double play, right? And the dude's just sitting there just looking at the ball. Like, literally, the ball bounced off his glove, and he's just looking at it. He's just like, oh, the ball bounced out of my glove. Oh, well, somebody behind me's going to get it. Like, what is this dude doing? Like, I do not want a repeat of last year and the year before is Alec Bohm because he was terrible. Up until now, he's looked like a gold caliber glove at third base. And I don't know what it was tonight. I mean, granted, they had to go from Colorado to San Francisco, California. So, I mean, whatever. But, like, dude, what the hell was going on tonight?
Yeah, that was piss poor. Like, the fundamentals. I didn't see the first one. We were out. But the second one was absolutely atrocious. Like, I don't know what happened from yesterday going back to his very early days of T-ball when his first coach probably taught him to put your body in front of the fucking ball. But what the fuck? You can't have that sideways glove and then the ball goes right past you and you get a double out of it. You had a very easy double play to turn right there, turn it around the horn, and then they scored 2 runs out of it. And then you have Whit Merrifield next having another error in the next play. Like, the fundamentals just weren't there, and the Giants capitalized, and that's how you lose baseball games.
Yeah, dude. Like, my whole thing is like, we probably would have lost that game. Don't get me wrong, just because all around we were terrible. But I feel like it wouldn't have been 8-4 like it was because what was it? The third error he had, 2 people scored on that, 3 people, right?
Yeah.
So like, my whole thing is like, again, get your shit together and show that you know how to play your position because tonight just showed that you don't know how to play it.
I will say that he's probably going to pop off like a motherfucker tomorrow.
He probably will. It seems like any time that this team, like individual players, fuck up one night, the next night they come off. So like, we'll see what happens. I mean, Bohm is that guy that, I mean, again, take that whole, I fucking hate it here thing. That could have like ended his career. That could have been the end of him in Philly because everybody was pissed. But you know what Philly fans did? We rallied behind him. We gave him a standing ovation saying, we want you to be here. And like, he got over it. So he's that guy that I don't think this is going to like irritate him or piss him off. But I do hope that he gets back to the whole RBI machine that he is. Because again, there's been multiple times lately where he's come up to the plate and there's guys in a scoring position and he's not producing. So I don't know like what's going on with him right now.
Yeah, he's definitely a little bit of a colder streak, but at the same time, he was the hottest player in baseball for what, let's just say 4 weeks straight, I would say. Not, pretty biased at that point, but it's not going to be that way all season. There's 100 some odd games like left in the year. It sucks. Today was an absolute fucking shit show all the way around. I still chalk this up to this team does not like playing behind Taijuan Walker. I still think a lot of it has to do with how the end of the season went with him and Thompson last year. This team is built on vibes. This team is built on culture. It's built on like the way they play with each other and their family. And over the last 2 years, I think the biggest thing or the only thing that you can talk about that had a problem with, the culture of the team was Taijuan Walker. And maybe that's just what it is. I know they get the run support any other time, but the defense is usually shaky when Walker's on the mound.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I just have unrealistic expectations, but, let me have my expectations, damn it. So, like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I have really high expectations for this team. A lot of my expectations as a fan, yes, I know are unrealistic. Like Brendan said, there are so many games in a season. There's 162. You're not going to win them all. There's not going to be pretty performances every single game. I get it. It is what it is. As a fan, do I hate that? Yes, I do. As a fan, do I wish that every game we could win and every game went smoothly? Yes, I do. But again, I get it. There's games where shit's going to happen. I mean, if it helps, like, Gavin said when he was on, Brendan, like you said, like I said, the Braves lost today. I'm to the point where if the Braves continue to lose, I mean, if the Phillies and the Braves lose on the same day, whatever, I mean, it doesn't affect standings. Do I like being the best team in baseball? Yeah. Does it matter at this point? No. I'd rather just, get first in our division so we can get a better playoff spot, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I mean, that kind of leads us into our next topic, and I kind of touched on that right now, but Phillies really need to capitalize on the Braves losing right now. I mean, like we talked about last night, and Brendan, you weren't on last night, with Acuna going down again, That sucks. I hate that for baseball. Don't wish injury on anyone. As a realistic fan in the same division, got to take advantage of it. I mean, again, just being realistic, got to take advantage of it that he's down.
Yeah, no, this is the same conversation that we had back in beginning of April when Strider went down. Like, these are probably one of the best pitchers in baseball. You could say what you want about Acuna this year, but he's still one of the best outfielders in baseball. The guy was an MVP last year, recently. But, like, this is the time that you have to capitalize, like you just said. You can't take these stupid games because all the Giants did today was capitalize on Philly's mistakes. So when it boils down to it, you have to win these games. Chris Sale isn't just going to roll over. Max Fried isn't just going to roll over. Matt Olson, Austin Riley, all these guys. Like, they're not chump players. These are still perennial all-stars. These are really good players. They're going to battle all year. No matter what the Phillies do, the Braves are still going to compete. So you have to win these games against the Giants, not commit 3 errors going on 4, not let a guy like Walker go 6 innings, having all these runs and not pull them out. It just bring it back down to small ball, bring it back down to managing the game right, play by play, pitch by pitch. Not every home run or not every hit has to be a home run, and using guys to their fullest capabilities like Marsh and Stott.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. I don't think that, like we said earlier, I just don't think that Rob is using these guys to their potential. You got 2 really good guys. I get it. I get Marsh sucks against lefties. But again, like you said at the beginning of the season, Rob, how are you going to let these guys develop if you're not playing them? Like, I just feel like that statement that you said, is very hypocritical because you're not developing them. You're not letting them play.
Yeah, and it's been that way all year. And then the other thing is somebody gets hot, they get a hit, they have a good game, and then they're sitting the next day. Like, how is that good for anybody's confidence? How is that good for them to, get onto a hot streak, get on a roll? Like, Marsh had a pinch hit double in the 9th today. Who knows if he's even going to be on the lineup tomorrow? Like, that's the problems that we're having is when somebody's getting good, somebody's getting hot, like, you have to let them fail to then succeed at a later time. It has to happen that way.
Let me be manager for a game. We'll go 20-0. We'll shut up.
It's like when we were kids and you could get principal for a day. Remember, the Phillies should do an auction item next year called Manager for a Day, and we'll have to fund it on 302 Birds. And then Shard will get to go out with his Pit Vipers and show Philly Rob how it's really done.
Pit Vipers are so ugly, dude. Give me a pair of Ray-Bans.
Some players can pull them off. I don't like them. I could never pull them off. Like, I would do it as a joke if I ever put them on. Some players can seriously pull them off, though. You know what I mean? But, like, Philly Rob, you're a fucking 65-year-old man. Take them the fuck off. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I just, like Brendan said, I mean, it's a confidence killer to these players when you're not, constantly playing them. And the one thing that I want to bring up that, again, is pissing me the fuck off. When is Nick Castellanos going to sit a fucking game? This guy sucks. He is decent defensively. Don't get me wrong. He is good in his position defensively. Offensively, this guy could not hit a bottle cap if it was thrown at him. And that's an actual thing. Japanese people play like cap baseball. It's a real thing, dude. Like, he could not hit a housefly. If he had like the smallest little straw and a housefly was flying at him and he had to hit it, he couldn't.
And it feels like every time he has a hit, he has a double, he has a home run. Everybody's like, all right, here we go. Streaky Nick. Here it is. And then the next day, we're swinging at 3 straight pitches in the other batter's boxes. Like, just sit him the fuck down. Like, I don't understand. He's not Cal Ripken. He doesn't have to play every day. Just sit him on the fucking bench and put Cody Clemens in right field. I don't know what we're missing here.
It seems like every time he hits, though, and correct me if I'm wrong, he'll have a good home run here or there to get us in the lead. He'll have a good home run here or there to chip away at, the other team's lead. But it seems like most of the time he hits is a time where it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And if he's not hitting, he's not hitting. Most of the time when he's not hitting, he's swinging at shit that's like way over the fucking plate. So, I mean, like, I don't understand what the issue is. I don't know if Liam needs to be in attendance for every game. I know we said that before. Seems like I'm beating a dead horse with that topic. But like, dude, you shouldn't need your son in attendance to hold your fucking hand so you can get a hit.
No. And I will say I want this to happen. Like it has to happen. Like it's not even just something that I want. Like him hitting has to happen. Like Bohm is right now protecting Harper. That's working. Somebody needs to be there protecting Stott and Bohm, and Castellanos has to step the fuck up. And it's really getting hard to be one of the very few people out here being like, hey, he can do it. He's a streaky guy. Month in, month out. He's hitting, he's not hitting. We're multiple months now of not hitting. And just sit him down, piss him the fuck off, because that's the type of player that he is. He's all about swagger. He's all about fucking his confidence. And if there is no confidence, the world is shit around him. Just sit him the fuck down. Just sit him the fuck down. That's all I got. Just sit him down for at least a couple games. It has to be 2 games because 1 game is just a normal rest. 2 games proves a point. He has to sit down.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I mean, I don't have anything more to add. I mean, like you said, I think Nick is honestly just. I think this team right now is just needs a. Sorry, I went on mute there for a second, but just needs a reset. We need a reset. We need an off day, and Thursday can't come sooner.
Yeah. Yep, 100%. Luckily, you're still in San Francisco tomorrow. What is it? I think it's a 9:15, 9:45 game, so it's going to be another late one. But at that point, who's pitching tomorrow? Wheeler?
Yeah, I think it's Wheeler tomorrow. The whole freaking rotation is all fucked up since Taiwan came back, so I can't even tell you anymore.
Can we talk about that for like a hot second here? So you're going Wheeler to Sanchez to Nola to Suarez to Walker. That's our rotation right now. Right now, Chris Sanchez is your number 2. I know we talked about in the past of having Wheeler set on his set day, giving Nola that extra day. Might have to go back to it because Nola has sucked the last couple of times he's had an extra day.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, ever since Walker came back, it's fucked everything up. You should have kept Turnbull. He had, I think before he was even sent down, he had a 1.30 ERA or something like that. Yeah. So, I mean, it's annoying. I hope they can find some kind of situation to fix all this. Put Taiwan in the bullpen. Bring Turnbull out. Make him your starter. I don't know. I'm honestly irritated. Again, I have unrealistic expectations for this team just as a fan.
But how can you not when a team went, 29-6 in 35 games? How can you not have those unrealistic expectations? Like, you want this team to win. We were having post game after post game after post game after post game of us, being happy about hit after hit. And then all of a sudden we have 2 back-to-back losses. So, everybody in this tri-state area definitely has the same mindset that you have.
Yeah, but I don't know. I want this team to win. I want this team to do great things. And, I think they're going to. I think this is the year, like Gavin said when he was on, if you can't capitalize on this year and go to the World Series and win it all, I don't think it's going to happen for a 4th year in a row. I don't.
No, I just don't see it. And you have these aren't young players at this point. They're not old players at the same time, but they're veteran guys, right? Mm-hmm. Harper's not a young guy. Turner's not a young guy. JT's not. Casty, Schwarber, even Wheeler, even Nola. The only really young guys you have are the daycare and Suarez at this point. Nobody else really has the next 10 years to build a dynasty around. You have to win 2024. You have to win 2025, 2026. The next 3 years are the years that we're going to have to see a World Series or we're not going to see anything at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think next year might be a decent year as well. The only reason I say that is because you're getting, if you decide to bring up your prospects, you're getting Painter back. Granted, I don't know how he's going to do because he's coming off of Tommy John. You have to wait and see. So, I mean, you're getting Painter. Mick Abel right now is a pretty decent guy down in the farm system. So if you decide to bring him up, I think he'll be great. But we'll see what happens.
I'd love to see them bring up Griff too.
Yeah, I would like to see that too. But that's all I have. I mean, I don't really have anything else. This is kind of just a show for us to rant. This is kind of our therapy.
I want to say as well, I love Dobbins' comment here. It's a disappointment for the season fans It's a disappointment for the amateur fans. It's a disappointment for all Phillies fans. I think everybody knows, like, this is the year. Like, 2024 is the year of the Philadelphia Philly. And if it's not, we're going to have a big problem. So, Jordan, thank you for consistently joining us, man. If you want to jump on the show sometime with us, like I said, let me know. Shout out to Eric for finding a call in. If any of you other guys ever want to call in, let me know. We got the graphic ready now, so you'll look all official and shit when you come on here. It should be a good time. But seriously, we love the local energy, so please call in.
Yeah, and I'm gonna drop my Twitter handle here in the comments. If anybody ever wants to be a call in, go ahead and shoot me a message on Twitter. That's usually where I answer most. So it's Shard Slayer with 2 R's. It's Philly Shardy as the username. So if you ever want to be a call in or come on, you can go ahead and shoot me a message. The other great way for you to get a call in on the show is if you join the 302 Birds Discord, which I think if you go to, I want to say,
if you go to the link tree in the bio, there should be an updated link in there. And if God forbid, sometimes they expire, just shoot us a DM on Instagram or Facebook or somewhere. We'll find it.
Yeah. So, but that's all we have for you tonight.
Real quick, before you close out, I just want to anybody that didn't see on Saturday, Eric and myself had a very, very fun conversation with UK Dave from UK Phillies. Great conversation. He's a great guy, very enthusiastic about the Phillies. Learned some stuff that I didn't think I was going to learn. I think he learned some stuff that, he probably didn't think either. But it's a busy time for him. It's a busy time for the Phillies going to London was it next weekend. So tune in. Great conversation, fun time. Just make sure everybody knows about it.
Yeah, it was a fun time. So if you guys haven't watched that, go ahead and watch it. But that's all we have for you guys tonight. You guys have anything else to add?
I sincerely enjoyed watching the interview. I don't even know how to say goodbye, and I don't want to say British because I sound like an idiot, but cheerio. And
isn't it the same thing?
Yeah, probably.
I think it is.
Cheers, maybe. I know a lot of UK people say cheers, but cheers. I mean, it was seriously amazing, and just hearing the perspective of how my favorite part was in the beginning too, of when UK Dave said, I fell in love with the city here. Like, I was on a tour. I came to Philly. I fell in love with the working class, the people. I resonated with it. I think that's like a story for a lot of people around the world that just fall in love with the Philly fan base, and it reminds them of home. So it was really cool to see it. I haven't watched the full thing yet, but I will be tuning in, and loved it.
Yeah, but I think we've kind of been depressed this entire show. I think we've kind of been negative this entire show. So I'm going to end it on a positive note. Brandon, take us out. What should we stay?
I take Stubby. I take Pache. Oh, what's the name?
Yeah, give me a name.
Stay loose and sexy, baby.